Hi, this is Javin Kharo, chemical engineer by profession, going to continue our today's topic, whisk breaker operations in a detail manner. Now, what is whisk breaker? A whisk breaker is a processing unit in an oil refinery whose purpose reduce the quantity of the residue oil, produce distillation of crude oil, and increases the yield more valuable middle distilled heating oil, diesel by the refinery. A whisk breaker thermally crack large hydrocarbon molecule in the oil by heating in a furnace to reduce its viscosity and to produce small quantity of light hydrocarbon, LPG, gasoline. The process named whisk breaker refer to the fact the process reduces, break the viscosity of residue oil. The process is non-catalytic. Now its process objective. The objective, the whisk breaking operations, they are to reduce the viscosity, the fish stream. Typically, this is residue from the vacuum distillation, the crude oil, but can also residue from hydroskimming operation, natural bitumen from the sea, the ground, or tar sand, even certain high viscosity crude oil. Reduce the amount residue fuel oil, produce refinery. Residual fuel oil is generally regarded as lower value product. Demand residue fuel continue decreases as it replaces traditional markets such as fuel needed generate steam the power station in clean burning alternative fuel such as natural gas. Increases the proportion middle distilled in a refinery output. The middle distilled used dilute with the residue oil, the burning the viscosity down to market price level. By reducing the viscosity, the residue stream in a whisk breaker, the fuel oil can made using less dilute and middle distilled, so can be diverted higher value diesel or heating oil manufactured. The separated and recovered, the term called furnace whisk breaking is applied. The unit where cracking process occurs, the furnace tube or coil material existing, the furnace quench to help the cracking reaction. Frequently, this is achieved heat exchange, the virgin material being fed, the furnace which is turned the good energy efficiency step, but sometimes the stream cold oil, usually gas oil, use the same effect. The gas oil is recovered, reused. The extent of the cracking reactions controlled by regulation, speed of the oil through the furnace tube, the quench oil, then pass the fractionator where the product of the cracking gas, LPG, gasoline, gas oil, tar. There, in soaker whisk breaking, the bulk of cracking reactions occur not the furnace but the drum located outer the furnace called soaker. Here the oil is held elevated temperature, the predetermined period of time to allow cracking to occur before being quenched. The oil then passes the fractionator. The soaker whisk breaking lower temperature are used. Then in coil whisk breaking, the comparatively long duration of the cracking reaction usually instant. Now, this process operations and process options. Whisk breaker tar can be further refined, feeding vacuum fractionator. Here additional heavy gas oil may be recovered, routed, either catalytic cracking, hydrocracking, thermal cracking, unit refinery, the vacuum flash tar, sometimes referred pitch. This is routed, the fuel oil blending, the fuel refinery location, whisk breaker tar, routed to a delay coker, the production certain specialist coke such as anode coke or needle coke. Now, soaker whisk breaking versus coil whisk breaking operations in a detailed manner. From the standpoint here little or nothing to choose between the two approach. However, each offers significant advantage. Particular situation, decoking, the cracking operations and cracking reactions from petroleum coke as byproduct. In coil whisk breaking, the deposit tube, the furnace, and will eventually lead fouling, blocking of the tube. The same will be occur. Drum of soaker whisk breaker through lower temperature. Use soaker drum led to fouling much slower rate. Coil whisk breaker therefore require frequent decoking. This is quite labor intensive. Can be developed into routine where tubes are decocked subsequently without need shutdown. Whisk breaking operation. Soaker drum require less frequent attention being taken. Service normally require complete half the operation, which is more disruptive activity will vary from refinery to refinery. Fuel economy. The lower temperature used soaker approach means that this unit less fuel in cases where refinery by fuel the support process of operations, the saving, the fuel consumption could extremely valuable. In such cases, soccer waste breaking may be advantageous. Quality and yield. The quality feed going to waste breaker will vary considerably. Will track crude oil, the refinery processing, the following typical quality of the vacuum distillate residue oil. Their density 1.020, viscosity 100 degrees centigrade, means in centistock 930, and sulfur content 4. Once material run through waste breaker, there will be considerable variation. Waste breaker to waste breaker, as no two will be operated under exactly same condition. The reduction viscosity, the dramatic, such as density, in first time it is 1.020, it reduces 1.048, viscosity 100 degrees centigrade is 930, now it reduces up to 115, and sulfur content it is 4.7. Now yield, what is yield? The yield of the various hydrocarbon products depend on the stability. The cracking operation determine temperature the oil is heated. Waste breaker furnace at the low and scale of furnace heating 425 degrees centigrade will crack only midly, while operation at 500 degrees centigrade will considerably very soft. When crude residue, the waste broken 450 degrees centigrade giving around 76 to 8% dark, 50% middle distillate, 6% gasoline, and 3% gas and LPG. Good. Now, fuel oil stability as far as concerned. The severity, the waste breaker operation normally limited need to produce a waste breaker dark that blended makes stable fuel oil. Now, stability in case taken means the tendency the fuel oil to produce sediments were stored the sediment are undesirable as they quickly foul the filter pump used to move oil necessity time consuming maintenance. Vacuum residue fed waste breaker can considerably compose of the following asphaltness. Larger polycyclic molecule, they are suspended oil in a colloidal form. Residue also polycyclic but the lower molecular weight asphaltness and aromatic hydrocarbon derivative of the benzene, toluene, xylene, paraffin hydrocarbon, alkanes. Waste breaking preferentially crack aliphatic compound which have relatively lower sulfur content, low density, high viscosity, and effective removal can be clearly seen in changes quality between feed and product. The two self-cracking waste breaker will let asphaltness colloidal become metastable subsequent addition. Dilute manufacture finished fuel oil can causes the colloidal to break down participating asphaltness as sludge. It has been observed that the paraffin diluent more likely cause participation than the aromatic one. The stability fuel oil excess using number the priority test. Example, phosphorus value SHF test. Definition of waste breaker is a processing unit in an oil refinery whose purpose is to reduce the quality of residue oil produced in distillation of crude oil and to introduce in more valuable middle distillate, heating oil and diesel by the refinery. Commercial coke are produced from delay coking. On the other hand, only small amount residue coke produced. Flexi coking, waste breaking is a mild form of thermal cracking. The primary purpose of waste breaking is not for conversion but to reduce viscosity and power point of fuel. Waste breaking unit typically convert about 15% feedstock to naphtha and diesel oil. The produce lower viscosity residue fuel. Thermal cracking unit provide more serve processing, often convert much 50 to 60% the incoming feed, naphtha and light diesel oil. Why? Coking is a refinery unit operation that upgrade material called bottom from the atmospheric or vacuum distillation column, higher value product, and as the name implies, produce the petroleum coke, coal-like material. Cooking is the heating coal in the absence of oxygen, the temperature above 600 degrees centigrade, derived of the volatile component of the raw coal, leaving hard, strong, porous material, the high carbon content called coke. Coke consists almost entirely of hydrocarbon, a key contributor, high maintenance cost, build-up, carbon-based deposit on combustion-related component, the process system known, carbon fouling or coking. Coking has been responsible engine fuel failure, shortened maintenance cycle, unplanned repair. Fluid coking unit means refinery process unit which high molecular weight petroleum derivative. They are thermally cracked petroleum coke continuously produce fluoride based system. Now coking is the several thermal cracking. The residue feed heated 475 to 520 degrees centigrade means 890 to 970 degree Fahrenheit in a furnace with very low residence time and discharge into bottom of large vessel called coke drum. The extensive and controlled cracking. The coking is a refinery unit operation that upgrade material called bottom from the atmospheric or vacuum distillation column into higher value product, and as the name implies, the produces petroleum coke, coal-like material. The cracking in a petroleum refinery, the process by which heavy hydrocarbon molecule broken up into lighter molecule means heat and usually pressure and sometimes catalyst. Cracking is the most important process for the commercial production, gasoline and diesel fuel, petroleum refining, fish cracking, thermal cracking, and coking. Decoking is a routinely daily accomplishment by high pressure water jet. First of the top and bottom head of the coke drum, they are removed. Next hole is drilled. The coke from the top of the bottom of the vessel. Okay guys, this is up to whisk breaker operations in a very detailed manner. I hope you get somehow knowledge by watching this video. Next chapter we cover some another topic of the chemical engineering. Still then goodbye, do take good care of yourself and wishes you a very happy Sunday.